feeling bolder every day, finding all the little joys along the way. I'm still laughing, still learning, still going strong. Every sunrise whispers, come on, carry on, getting older, living bold.
Masterblend magic for sweet strawberries. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Growing Older and Living Bolder. I'm Pam, and today we're going to spend some time together talking about one of my absolute favorite things to grow, sweet, juicy strawberries. Now, before we get started, if you haven't watched my recent video where I walk you through my whole strawberry wall garden, go back and watch that one too. It's such a fun tour. I show you the pots, the irrigation, and how I built it, and how I keep it going here at Dee Farms. Today's video is really the next step in that journey. We're going deeper today. I am going to show you exactly how I fertilize, how I mix my Masterblend fertilizer, and how I water, including my full watering schedule, and how I expand my strawberry patch using runners. And I'll talk to you the way I talk to my friends and my neighbors, because gardening should feel simple, joyful, and doable at any age. So settle down, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and let's grow something beautiful together. Why strawberries need consistent feeding? Does anyone realize the reasoning for that? You know, strawberries, they are tiny plants and they have big personalities and they're always busy. They're sending out runners, they're making these green leaves, they're pushing out flowers and trying their best to give you that big, beautiful strawberry fruit. Because they're doing all that at once, they really do need consistent nutrition, not just a little sprinkle here and there. They need a steady routine. And honestly, I think that's why I love growing them. As we get older, we learn the value of consistency. Good food, good routines, just a little TLC. Strawberries are exactly the same. Masterblend gives them everything they need in the right balance. Nitrogen is for their leaves. Phosphorus is really great for their roots and flowers, and potassium is strictly for the fruit. And calcium and magnesium help the whole plant be strong. When they get that regularly, they reward you with the best berries that taste like sunshine. So let's get going with what you need. Let's talk about what I use. It's simple, and once you learn it, you'll be able to mix it in, basically mix it in your sleep. So I use a Masterblend formula, which is 418. And then I also add the calcium and the Epsom salt to get it to that configuration. That's it. 3 ingredients and clean water. I try to mix everything in a 5-gallon bucket. And I use either a watering can or a pump sprayer when I apply it. Nothing fancy, just consistent care. The Masterblend mix ratio and mixing order. Let's talk about that. All right, let's get into those details. There's the exact mix that I use. For a gallon of water, you would only need 2 grams of Masterblend, 2 grams of calcium nitrate, and 1 gram of Epsom salt. So I take that all and I multiply it for a 5 gallons. And that's what I'm mixing. Just multiply everything by 5. 10 gallons, multiply that by 10. It's easy once you see the pattern. Now, here's the part people forget. So I am going to mix my Masterblend, and I usually use just a pitcher like this, and this one's purposed just for garden things. And you mix each one separately, and then I dump each one of these separately into the 5-gallon container. And once the 3 are all in the container, I mix it really well, and then I fill it to the 5-gallon mark. You have to dissolve each ingredient separately. The Masterblend, the calcium and nitrate, they don't get along. And if you dump them in together, they just won't mix well. They clump up and your plants don't get all of what they need. So I try to dissolve the Masterblend first. Let's start with the Masterblend. This is 12 grams. And I like to just mix it as good as I can. And I will take this and I will mix it into my 5-gallon container as soon as I'm through mixing the other ones. That was the Masterblend, and this is the calcium chloride. You can see it's very granular. And if you dump them in together, they just won't mix well. They clump up and your plants don't get all of what they need. So I try to dissolve the Masterblend first. Then I usually put the Epsom salt in the separate cup, and then the calcium nitrate in another cup. And once everything is dissolved, I pour them all into my main bucket and I give it a good stir, or I use the sprayer with the hose nozzle. When it's mixed properly, it should look like clear to light yellow water. No grit at the bottom, no cloudiness. Let's talk about my watering schedule. Watering, because honestly, watering strawberries is just as important as fertilizing them. And I have a routine, and strawberries will absolutely tell you when they are not happy with their watering routine. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I water mine. Regular watering, fertilizer watering, and rainy day watering, and how I adjust things for my strawberry walling containers. First of all, there's regular watering. So on regular days, meaning days when then I'm not fertilizing, I have my automatic waterers that water my plants. And I water based on the weather. Here in Southern California, when it's hot, I water every single day. The strawberries, they will dry out fast, especially in containers and in towers. And they're in a very airy soil with a lot of perlite. So when the weather is mild, I water every other day. And I always water in the morning, give them a chance to dry out before nighttime. And it gives the plant a chance to drink before the heat comes in. And I water at the base of the plant, not on the leaves. And strawberries, they just don't like to be wet. And they don't like wet leaves. It invites disease. So now, because I have a strawberry wall, I always start watering at the top. And gravity is your friend. The water trickles down and feeds each pocket. And the top pocket dries out the fastest. So they always get the first drink of water. We're going to try some of our Masterblend that we made and apply it to our strawberries and give it a week or so and see how it goes. You can always dilute it down more than when you make it. You can make it half water and half fertilizer, or you could spread the timing out to 10 to 20 days, whatever your crop needs. And you'll know that by how you're getting fruit and how the leaves are looking, and just in general how the plant health is. I usually start with the top. And I usually go just a little bit on my strawberry fertilizer watering days. My Masterblend days are once a week, sometimes 10 days, except for in the winter. And then I replace my regular watering with my Masterblend mix. That's fertilizer day. On fertilizer day, I pour the Masterblend solution slowly into the base of each plant. Each plant gets about half a cup to a cup, depending on its size. And again, if you're using a tower or a wall like mine, start at the top and let it just trickle down. You want every pocket to get its share of the Masterblend. In the winter, I fertilize every 2 to 4 weeks because the plants aren't growing as aggressively. Rainy day watering. Now let's talk about rainy days because rain changes everything, but of course, in a good way. If we get a light rain, I just skip 1 or 2 regular watering days and that's it. And I still fertilize on my regular schedule. If we get a steady rain, I do skip a watering day or two. And if the fertilizer day lands on a day when the soil is absolutely wet or soaked, I will delay fertilizing by 3 or 4 days even because I want the soil damp and I don't want it soggy when I feed them. If I get a heavy rain, I skip watering for 2 or 3 days. And once things dry out a bit, I go right back to my regular schedule. Rain is nature's reset button, but strawberries still need their weekly nutrition once things settle down. Special things for containers and tower gardens. So if you are growing strawberries in containers or in a vertical tower or a vertical wall like I am, you have to check them daily. The top pocket dries out first. The bottom pocket may stay wet longer. So I adjust my watering based on what I see. I don't really follow a strict rule, but I follow the plants. And that's the thing about gardening. The plants will tell you what they need if you slow down and pay attention. So, seasonal watering. So, in spring, I water moderately and I fertilize pretty much weekly. In summer, I do water every single day and I fertilize weekly. In fall, I water just about every other day and I fertilize weekly. And in winter, I water every 2 or 3 days and I fertilize every 2 to 4 weeks. It's kind of a rhythm. And once you get into it, it just feels natural. And if you have the Masterblend in a bucket ready to go, it's easy to do. Let's talk about how to apply the mix. When I apply the Masterblend mix, I pour it right at the base of the plant. I don't rush it. I pour slowly so the soil can absorb it. Each plant gets about a half a cup to a cup. And again, if you're using a tower, start at the top and let gravity help you. Expanding your strawberry patch, let's talk about that. Say you've got a few that are bare or not doing so great. Strawberries love to multiply. They send out runners, like little arms reaching for this new place to grow. And when I see a strong runner, I pin the baby plant down into a peat cube with a zip tie. And I think I demonstrated that in one of my videos last time. And I keep it moist for a week or two. And once it roots, I snip the runner and I transplant the baby into the tower or a bed or a pot. I try not to keep too many runners because you either get fruit or runners and leaves, typically not both. So I want lots of strawberries during the growing season. I don't need that many extra plants. I call this runner system the grandma method. Help the little ones get started before sending them out into the world. Let's do some troubleshooting. Your strawberries, they kind of talk to you. They really do. So if the leaves are turning yellow, they are generally asking for more nitrogen. So I might need to add a little more of that calcium nitrate. If the berries are small, they need more of the potassium, which means just staying consistent with your Masterblend powder formula, the main formula. And if the leaves get crispy, then you are either having a really hot summer day out or it's just too dry out and they need more water. And if the edges start turning brown, that's usually, it could be a salt buildup, or it could also be they're just dry. So I do flush those with plain water once a month. And once you learn their language, strawberries are so easy. So, in closing, I have a few reminders for you. This is just my general guidelines for growing strawberries. I know there are other products out there on the market to use for fertilizing your berries, but I just have had such good luck with Masterblend that I keep using it. I also used to use fish emulsion fertilizer, which is a more organic friendly version. And that one is fine too. I find it works well also, but I just don't have the burst of berries production like I do when I use the Master Blend. There is also Miracle Grow, which I've also had good luck with, and I have used that in the past. Whichever version that you choose, I hope you have great luck with your strawberry garden. Consider using your strawberry wall or above ground containers. I just like the lack of the mess. And I like using the containers above ground because I don't have to bend over as much. And make sure that you're watching your soil and you're using a good organic soil and keeping it nice and watered because most of these berries have a lot of perlite in them and they do dry out quickly. Strawberries, they are one of the most rewarding plants that you can grow, especially if we get older. They're beautiful, they're healthy, and they are delicious. And they remind us that life still has sweetness waiting for us. If you haven't watched my strawberry wall garden tour, go check that out next. It pairs perfectly with today's video. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and share this with someone who needs a little garden joy today. This is Pam reminding you we're growing older, but we are living bolder, and we're doing it together. Thank you again, and I hope to see you at my next video.
This is my time to shine.